It is a challenge to be Jewish, but we have so much to celebrate. It's time for us to stop taking our kids for granted. It's time that we start reinvesting, and that means starting at the youngest age. You can't send kids to Israel at 18 and ignore them the first 18 years of their life and think that they're going to be able to be good Jews and that it'll sustain. Birthright is very important, the exposure to Israel, but we have to do more to invest, to recognize the challenges, and we have to respond to them in a global fashion. That the issues that challenge Israel and American Jewry and world Jewry are more and more the same. And that by collectivizing the effort, by utilizing each other, by building closer ties, we will help each other meet those challenges.
One of the big challenges is, of course, assimilation. But how do you explain to a young teenager who is not observant and no strong spiritual connection to the Jewish people that they shouldn't fall in love with so-and-so who's non-Jewish? What's the beginning of the way to deal with these kind of challenges?
It's by showing them the positives, the joy, the celebration, the victory of being a Jew, not just the tzaras. We want to educate them about the Holocaust, but not to get lost in it, but to learn the lessons, to make sure that future generations don't meet those trials and tribulations. But I'll give you one minor example. Look at every discovery in Yerushalayim over the last years. Everything brings Tanakh to life. It validates all of our history. It validates our claims to the land. What excitement does it generate? Where do we see in America parents talking to their kids, schools teaching their students, communities celebrating these great discoveries which for 2,000 years were hidden from us? Why is all of a sudden this generation privileged to have these things? Because it's a reminder that if you're reminded of our past, to understand our obligations to the future, that if you understand what a great heritage, what great traditions, what great values we have, that future generations, the young people of today, will be excited by it. But we have to reach out to them, and we have to go to them in the means and the places they are, which means YouTube and the internet and the end of the television screen. That's where they are, and we have to come up with creative ways to reach out to them, to get into the 21st century in the use of communication. I mean, the fact that you got Al Jazeera and Al Manar and Al Khura and no Al Shapira, and there's no Jewish station to counter it. It's a compilation of things. One, that we have to stop all the negative stuff about Israel, this campaign of delegitimization, which drives young Jews away from Israel because Israel becomes a negative, a pejorative, like the word Zionism is already a pejorative. We should not accept it. We have to stand up. We can't raise the bar on what we will tolerate from them. We have to speak out, tell the positive story. We bring many non-Jews to Israel. They go back, every one of them, an ambassador for Israel, so excited, and not understanding how it is that young Jews and Jews in Seattle are not boasting about Israel, talking about Israel, celebrating Israel. And that will also make young Jews also better Jews wherever they live.